Five notable people thought to be immortal. Number 5. The Three Nephites. The stories of the Three Nephites comprise one of the most striking religious legends in the United States. Bearing some resemblance to stories of the prophet Elijah in Jewish lore, or of the Christian saints in the Catholic tradition, the Three Nephite accounts are nevertheless distinctly Mormon. The members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, known as Mormons, believe that Jesus Christ visited America after his resurrection and chose 12 apostles from among an ancient group of people there called the Nephites to help spread his gospel message in the New World. 3 of those apostles asked Jesus to change them from human beings into angels and let them remain on earth until the end of the world so they could help people in need wherever they traveled on the planet, according to the Book of Mormon. Those 3 translated beings, people who have become angels, are known as the Three Nephites, and stories about their appearances have become a popular part of Mormon lore. Number 4. Memnon. In Greek mythology, Memnon was an Ethiopian king, and son of Tithonus and Dios. During his life he was thought to be an immortal, while as a warrior he was considered to be inferior only to Achilles. At the Trojan War, he brought an army to Troy's defense but he was killed by Achilles in retribution for killing Antilochus. The death of Memnon echoes that of Hector, another defender of Troy whom Achilles also killed out of revenge for a fallen comrade, Patroclus. Memnon's death is related at length in the lost epic Aethiopis, composed after the Iliad around the 7th century BC. Quintus of Smyrna records Memnon's death in Post-Homerica. His death is also described in Philostratus Imagines. Memnon's story might not be very popular, but it's definitely one of the most intense to read if the chance is given. Number 3. Merlin. Most people think of Merlin as an elderly man with a long white beard and a tall pointed hat, who was a magician at the court of King Arthur. But the question is, did he really exist? His father, according to legend, was an incubus, a demon in male form, who had sexual intercourse with his mortal mother. Merlin was an infamous immortal, who has appeared in various folklore, fairy tales and films. The eternally ancient warlock originates in Old English history, and is most popularly associated with King Arthur, the Lady of the Lake and the Knights of the Round Table. Some fans, even to this day, believe that as an immortal he's still around and protects the royal family of England. As every mythical human figure, Merlin, the man behind the myth, probably existed, but like so many other immortals before and after him, he probably died too. Number 2. Achilles. According to the myths, Achilles was dipped into the river Styx as a baby by his mother to gain impenetrable skin against any weapons, so he was practically invincible. Until the moment that Paris decided to poison his heel, which his mother held onto him by. It is generally believed that Achilles was shot in the heel with an arrow and the tendon of the heel has become known as Achilles tendon, and the term Achilles heel has become a metaphor for vulnerability of any sort, after the story of the great epic warrior. Number 1. Heracles. Heracles' story is one of the most famous around the world. No other individual has achieved so much glory on a universal level, for so many centuries. The stories and labors of Heracles, a man who was so strong and courageous, whose deeds were so mighty, and who so endured all the hardships that were given to him, eventually and according to the legend made him an immortal, metaphorically for sure,